You're now back to ASEAN Business Report as the government has just recently approved a budget to support its policy of the first home buyer tax deduct and as well as the zero interest rate on the new house, not over 1 million baht. We are going to today discuss with Dr.Theerathon Tharachai from Property Perfect, a developer. สวัสดีครับ Dr. Theerathon.
ครับ สวัสดีครับ สวัสดีครับ สวัสดีครับ
Yes, can you discuss about the policy of the government, whether this has an impact on the low-income group and what is it to the developers?
Okay, so basically you have to distinguish there are two policies. The first one is the tax deduct for the house lower than 5 million baht. And the second one is the zero mortgage rate for the house below 1 million baht.
Yep.
So these two policies has different impact.
Right.
So the first one is the house of 5 million baht
and
below.
10% cut.
So that actually have impacts on over the countries, but in Bangkok, it's the developers, both developers and buyers will benefit from this policy. It's like buyers getting the special discount from the government. Right. The second policy, its impact has very low impact on Bangkok because in Bangkok it's very difficult to find a house lower than 1 million baht.
That's right. We can see from billboards that it's 1 point something million baht.
Yes, and that's
in Bangkok.
Yes. But the second policy will help the up countries better because it's not only includes the finished house. It also includes the new built house and for the others. So that's helped the up countries as well for the first home buyers.
So, Doctor, can you differentiate between a house and a condominium right now? What's more appealing for the people?
It's changing for the last few years that, especially in Bangkok, people start to feel more comfortable buying condominiums. There's several reasons for that. The first reason is that the price of the house, single detached house, is increased rapidly, and the second reason is the cost of traveling and the time involved traveling start to make an impact for house buyers. So instead of traveling each day 1 or 2 hours, 3 hours, and spend lots of money for gas and cars, people are more comfortable buying condominiums. So that's the reason for condominium growth over the last few years.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of condominium growth near, especially the BTS lines.
Yeah. Right. And how's the price been? Why is the home prices go up so sharply?
The main reason is because of the land price.
Just the land price. What about the materials, the other
That's
costs?
the construction price.
Okay.
So both are going up. So we're seeing cost pushed in for the developers.
Okay.
So you can expect to see that the price of the new house will rise next year, especially when we have seen land increasing in Bangkok for over 5 years, actually more. But right now we see the rising costs in construction as well.
Okay. Well, the policy of the government aims to focus on the low-income group, but what is it to the developers? What cuts or what benefits do you get from this latest policy?
For Property Perfect, we develop focus in Bangkok. Okay. So in Bangkok right now, for the house below 3 million baht, it's considered low. So for the policy for the house lower than 1 million baht, we basically get no benefits from it.
Right.
But for a house of maybe 5 million baht down, we actually get benefits from it.
That's the medium market.
That's the medium market.
Okay.
So because the people who pay tax, like if you earned about 50,000 baht a month, and you're buying a house about 3 million baht, you get about 6% discount. And if you buy a house of 5 million baht, you get about 3% discount. That's a huge discount for buyers. So it's a good time to buy.
And Doctor, what about bubbles in the property industry? Are there any threats about it with this policy?
I don't see a threat from this policy because if you define bubble, normally bubbles in property market you can see it from two factors. The first is very rapid rise in price and the high speculations. High speculations mean that people who buy it don't actually live in the place.
I see.
And we don't see that high proportions in Bangkok right now. We might see some in condominium market, but not in single detached house.
So how does the property market look towards the last quarter of this year and towards the next year?
Yeah. So actually most developers has a very challenging situation right now because most developers has a very aggressive target in the beginning of years because we have a very good growth for the last 2 years. So they have a very aggressive target. So we will see. I think this year we will see that we see growth in the sectors, but I see many companies may miss the target because the target is just too aggressive.
Yeah, because the prospect currently and the prospect that they already had at the beginning of the year is different. So how about the property industry when Thailand is compared to other countries in the region?
Good thing is that the house price in Thailand is not that expensive compared to the regions. What I mean by not expensive is you have to look at the house price or monthly installment compared to the people disposable income, which means if you earn some amount of money, take out your expense, how much you have left, compare that amount to the house price. If you look at this number in Thailand, it's still cheaper. If you look at Singapore or if you look at Vietnam market is very expensive. So in Thailand, it's still affordable.
Right. Let's touch on Vietnam a bit. The inflation is very high, about 22% at this point. So how is the market compared to Thailand?
If you talk about that high interest rate, we've seen it before when Thailand faced crisis some years ago. So so if you talk about inflation 20%, means interest rates must be higher.
Right.
Operating a business which give you IRR exceeding the cost of capital for that high interest rate is very difficult. So if you compare Vietnam to Thailand, I think Thailand is a lot better right now. But Vietnam face a very challenging situation right now, and they should attack that problem real soon. Otherwise, it remind ourselves of the crisis.
Right, we don't want to be drinking coffee that's priced really above 200 baht per cup. What's the situation of this policy? How is it going to pop up in the next year? What do you see happening?
I still see growth in single detached house, especially that applicable for the government package.
Of Bangkok?
I think it affects both.
Both in Bangkok and in roundabout.
And in roundabout. So you see growth in single detached house because it's real demand, and it will help the company grow.
Dr. Theerathon, can we backtrack a bit? What's the mindset behind this shift in the property policy by the new government? What are they trying to do?
I think they try to make the house affordable. Because for Thai people, it's may hard for some low income to save money.
Yes.
And house is the basic need. So if the government try to help people to save money in the house, so they make the first house more affordable. So the first 3 years you start saving for your house. So at least after some time you at least have a house. So you have some basic needs for the people. So I think that's what the government trying to do.
Well, so people don't spend on the assets that are disposable, like mobile phones or other gadgets that they want to use, or iPhone 4S. Maybe.
they spend it anyway, but the government is trying to at least.
This is like a piggy bank policy.
Make it easier for you to spend on what you should spend.
I see.
Okay, we have a few minutes left of the program. So, is there anything you want to suggest to the home buyers?
Well. For me, I think this year is a very good time to buy because the finished house that we have in inventory is the cost for last year, which means the price inflation is not priced in the current inventory that much.
I see.
And you have a policy for this coming this quarter, which is very good time.
Right.
So if people keep waiting, I suspect I question that you might have to the higher price next year, and also the interest rates have a chance to go up if the inflation still keep going up. So if you think you are affordable to buy a house, it's maybe a good time to buy.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Theerathon, for joining us in the program today. And that's all the time we have for ASEAN Business Report today. You can watch us from Monday to Friday, 12 to 1 p.m.
And you can also give your feedbacks and comments on our Twitter account at ASEAN Biz Report or our Facebook account at worldwideweb.facebook.com/ASEAN Business Report. Thank you for watching us. I'm Antakorn Blotty.
And I'm also here, Ong Anand Amataya Kun. สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ